Today I have the AirPod Pros and I'm going to give my review on them and tell you if you gotta have it. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we have the box. It's the standard Apple AirPod Pros box. Here we go, designed by Apple in California. And I also have a dbrand skin on mine. It's just on the outside of the case. It's the, I believe, aluminum. And here are the actual AirPods. They have a shorter stem than the original ones, but they fit in the ear pretty well. It also has that satisfying click to it. Also, it's really magnetized in there, so you don't have to fear those dropping. In here you just have some paperwork, I believe. I took out the stickers that came with it already, but that's that. Also in the box are extra ear tips. Let me see if I can open this. So we have, I believe these are smaller ones. Let me see if I can get this to focus. These are, yeah, smaller ones and larger ones. And I use the original medium size, I guess, that's already on the AirPods. What also comes with it, let me go grab it real quick, is the USB-C to Lightning connector. If I can get this to focus, give me 1 second. Yeah. And Apple does not provide an adapter for the USB cable and the Lightning, so I use an Anker power bank for that. Not power bank, but it's an adapter you use on the wall. I'll have that linked in the description below. Okay, so this is my first review, looking at the camera directly and sitting down, and I have all my notes on my computer for the review, so I apologize if I'm looking down constantly. I'm gonna try and read it off the top of my head. But so originally what I had before were the Vava Move, I believe 25 or 28s from Amazon. They were only like $25, and I used those for about 2 to 3 years, and they served their purpose pretty well. Transitioning from those to these, the AirPod Pros, it was, I don't want to say it was a significant improvement, but it was definitely an upgrade that I could tell. So just going over the specs, the AirPod Pros are sweat and water resistant, has the H1 chip. That's how you connect to the iPhone seamlessly. 4.5 hours battery life per earbud and 24 hours with the case. The charging case is wireless, and you can also personally have it engraved on apple.com, so you can have a text on the front or an emoji as well. So the design is a little bit shorter than the regular AirPods, and the gesture controls are also different. So instead of tapping, let me see if I can zoom in here for you guys. Not zoom in, bring it to the camera. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but there's a little indent right here and on the back. And what you do is you press it in. And when they're in your ear, you're gonna hear like a little click. And so you either press 1 to play, press twice to go forward, 3 times to go back, and then press and hold 1 time to enable Siri or to go between the different modes. So there's transparency mode, there is normal mode, so it's just like you just have the AirPods in regularly like any other earbud, and then you have the noise canceling. And there's also Hey Siri as well. So going on to what I like about the AirPod Pros is the seal design, instead of just the seal with the silicone, instead of just the traditional AirPods where it was just like the regular earbuds. I do like the noise canceling and transparency mode. I'm not sure if people know this who have the AirPod Pros, but if you take one out, the other ear actually goes into transparency mode to help you with the hearing. They're also good for workouts, so I do running and I go to the gym, and they stay in my ear perfectly fine. I thought with the no more cable that I would like be conscious of losing one of them, but that hasn't been a problem for me. They've definitely improved over the software iterations. I had a couple problems with them at the first launch, but I'll get into that a little bit later. The ecosystem cohesion is phenomenal. Using it with my Mac, my iPhone, and Apple TV, they all work seamlessly. Going to what I dislike. So I never had the original AirPods, but I do feel like the tapping is more, I don't want to say natural, but it's a lot better when it comes to working out. But I guess over time I've gotten used to just clicking and holding down the touch sensitive pads to get the mode that I want to, because I don't use Siri that much at all. Also, this was fixed through software updates, which are really hard to do if you don't know how. What you have to do is you have to have your AirPods plugged in, open, and next to your phone, and then they'll just update whenever they want to. So when I first got them, I would have some random Bluetooth connectivities, and I also use an iPhone 10 on iOS 12, and then I have an iPhone 6s on iOS 13. I would get random connection disconnections, and then randomly the left side of my AirPods would just be popping, and there would be audio syncing issues. But through software updates, all those problems have gone away. So going on to, would I use it daily? Yes, and I do use them daily. I've been on the airplane, running, gym, train, work, and even just walking around in my apartment or just walking around in general, not even listening to music. It's just, they feel comfortable in the ear for one. Active noise canceling is great if you just want to just kind of be isolated from all your surroundings, as well as if you want to listen to music and still be aware of your surroundings, you can have transparency mode on, so you can be conscious of like not browsing, but walking through the city. Apple TV is also great. So if you have Apple TV and they're connected, if your AirPods are connected to iCloud using the same account on the Apple TV, sorry, I'm looking at my Apple TV right now, there's actually an option for you to listen to what you're watching on TV through your AirPods. And I was not expecting that at all. I don't know if that was already there with the original AirPod Pros. The price is steep. It is really, really steep for AirPod or earbuds, because I went from having $25 ones to spending $250, so 10 times the price. It was really tough pill to swallow. So now, do you gotta have it? The main question. I would say it depends. It really does. If you have the regular AirPods, I would say if you have money to blow, for sure, get these. If you're in the Apple ecosystem, I'm talking primarily right now, I'm talking about people in the Apple ecosystem. If you have money to blow and you don't care, go ahead, buy these if you have the regular AirPods. If you have the original AirPods and you are really tight about your money, then I would say just keep your AirPods. They're fine. I mean, it's not that big of an improvement unless you really need the active noise canceling, or because I mean, transparency mode it's okay. I mean, it's good for what it is, because it does it makes it easier to be conscious of your surrounding. I don't use Hey Siri at all, so if you don't care about Siri, then there's no reason to get these either. So yeah, I say it really depends. But like I said, I'll have a link in the description to Dbrand the Skin. It's only the AirPod case, not the actual AirPods. I also have, well, that's that doesn't really matter. I was gonna say I have a D brand skin on the 6S, but now I guess I'll show you in the settings and what it looks like in iOS 13 for customizing the settings. Okay, so right now I am on my iPhone 6S on iOS 13. So when you have the AirPods nearby and you open them, come on, do your magic. There you go. You don't really have to click on anything. You can just put them in your ear. So give me 1 second and it'll just auto connect. You'll hear a little boom boom. And I won't put them both in. But if you hit the I, yes, my name is Senpai Style. Not like legally, it's just the name I put in iCloud. So right now it is in the off setting, so you can switch to transparency or noise canceling. Oh, so I have to have both of them in for noise canceling. I can just set those aside now. So now they're both in and noise canceling is enabled, and it sounds like I have my fingers pressed into my ear canals. You can switch the name if you want. So right now I have Siri on the left, so if I hold down the left one, what is the weather today? So there's that, and then the right one, I don't use the left side at all. You can enable all 3 modes if you want to cycle through. Oh, I think you have to have 2 on no matter what. So you can choose which one you don't want, or you can have all 3 of them on. So I just keep all 3 of them on. And it cycles through transparency, off, noise canceling. And then you can do the ear tip fit test, and it'll just check to see if the seal is good. It's gonna play some music for about 10 seconds. So it actually says to try different ear tips or adjust them. Personally, I think they're fine right now, and I really just don't want to go through the hassle of switching them out. You can do the automatic ear detection is just detecting it's detecting when you place them in your ear, and then the microphone is also automatic, so it doesn't actually, I don't pick a side to choose for what microphone I want it to be on. I just let Apple, through their software, see which one is the better one to use for the microphone. So those are the settings for the AirPod Pros. And yep, that's essentially it. Hope you guys enjoy the review. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content. And this one, the AirPod Pros, I would say you gotta have it. Thanks, guys.